Welcome to Tech Shorts. Today we're going to talk about tips for safe online shopping this holiday season. The first thing we're going to take a look at is being wary of too good to be true deals. Then we're going to look at checking links to make sure you verify the URLs that you're clicking on. Using a secure computer and connection to connect to the internet while you're shopping. Shopping from a phone or mobile device, we're going to go over some tips and tricks. And how to search retailer websites for deals and not necessarily just search engines, and why it's not a good thing to use search engines. We're also going to look at using trusted vendors and retailers to purchase from, and only use credit cards while shopping online. And lastly, we're going to go over a couple of peace of mind tips. So let's get started. Holiday shopping features a lot of incredible, legitimate deals offered by trusted, mainstream retailers. But cybercriminals will prey on shoppers' desire for the lowest prices and will try to slip in some of their fake deals into your emails. What you especially want to watch out for in emails are text messages or pop-up browser windows. It could even be Facebook or Twitter promising some fantastic savings, especially if the link is shortened like a bit.ly or a tiny URL. You don't really know where these are going to lead you. Always try to click or hover over. So if you're on a mobile device, do a long press on a shortened URL, like a bit.ly or a tiny URL. Hover over it. It will show you the full address that it's going to bring you to. Make sure you evaluate it before you click on it. Likewise, if you're on a computer, you can just hover over it. It will show and display your address that it's going to go to. Always pay attention to those things because they're very important. And lastly, don't open attachments in emails promising fantastic deals. This is an easy way for you to download ransomware. While this may seem a bit obvious, you want to check each retail website address, their URL, in your browser address bar, or like I talked about before, hovering over the link on your computer or doing a long press on your mobile device. The reason why we do this is because scammers who want to steal your credit card number or personal information clone well-known shopping sites and park them at addresses that are just a little bit different from what the actual real thing is. You know, if you're unsure, just head to the retailer's website. Make sure that those links aren't broken because the deals you're looking for are going to be displayed on their website. And if they match up with the email, well, then there's nothing to worry about. You want to make sure that you're shopping from a secure computer or phone. You want to make sure that it has antivirus because you don't want to catch malware, and all the information that you submit into your computer or phone is being transmitted, which means that hackers or cyber thieves can get a hold of it. That's stuff like personally identifiable information, credit card numbers, and bank accounts. Be sure you keep your operating system on your computer and your phone up to date. That's going to make it the most secure. And also update any applications or software versions that you're using as well. Likewise, you want to make sure that you're shopping from a secure connection. Data can be at risk during transit if an attacker controls a network or uses what's called packet sniffing software. So if you're in open Wi-Fi, they can actually see what you're transmitting. Look for the web protocol HTTPS. This is a lock symbol on your browser window that shows you that when you're purchasing something online, that it is a locked and secure connection. Now, this isn't a total guarantee that the site is genuine, but it is the most secure way to shop online. If you're shopping from a tablet or a smartphone this holiday season, use a trusted vendor's app, not a web browser. Vendors have more control over their own applications than they do over mobile browsers. The mobile browsers often don't display the web addresses of the sites that you're going to give your credit card information to, whereas the trusted vendor application is a product derived from the vendor. Also, never install software on your mobile device from a website link or a code. Software from locations other than the device's official store website, like you can find in Apple iTunes, App Store, or the Google Play Store, has a greater chance of being malicious. Keep this in mind. There are a lot of Amazon-related apps in Google Play and the iTunes App Store that have no connection whatsoever to Amazon. So make sure when you choose these that you're choosing it from the vendor. Do you want to know how to find safe deals? Search for deals on retailer websites, not on search engines. Googling or using Bing to search for results could end up with malicious or deceptive links. If you're searching for the best iPad deals, go to Best Buy, Amazon, Macy's, Apple, instead of searching on places like Google. Likewise, you want to stick with trusted vendors. Any website can be attacked by hackers, but limiting your shopping to established and trusted vendors limits your exposure. Bookmark your most trusted online retail sites and make sure you go to them so you don't get redirected to fakes. Another tip, always shop with credit cards online. You have so little protection with a debit card and it takes such a long time to get your money back that it is so worth making sure that you use a credit card. Because the last thing you want is somebody running away with your debit card information and draining your liquid funds. If you don't have a credit card, think about getting a prepaid debit or credit card that you can find at local stores. And if you ever visit a site that asks you if you enter your credit card number, you'll get a great offer, don't do it. Try to avoid that. Keep in mind too that sometimes there's websites that want you to pay with a gift card instead of a credit card. That's a huge red flag. Don't go and buy a gift card to pay for something online. That is a scam. If a site wants you to pay with a direct transfer from your bank account, that's even worse. Just walk away, if not run away. Lastly, you definitely want to make sure that you review your credit card and bank statements regularly during the shopping season. You never know when something's going to go wrong, so make sure that you're on top of everything as you go through and you're purchasing items for the holiday season. Make sure that what you've purchased shows up on your account and there's no fraudulent transactions. And by using a credit card, it's just as simple as contacting the credit card company and having them decline to pay and or reverse the charges back onto your account, and they deal with the back end. And lastly, a few peace of mind tips. Plan ahead and don't be rushed this holiday season. Cyber attacks only take a split second to occur. Sometimes that's all that's required by clicking on the wrong link in an email or downloading an attachment. Look for those cues for malicious links such as an extra bit of numbers or that you cannot trust, and then just go to the retailer's website if you're unsure. Look for those items that are on sale and don't rush to try to get that deal that expires in minutes. Lastly, there are a lot of times that we have to input new unique passwords and login information for every site that you visit. And you know what? You definitely want to create an account for all of them, but they do allow you to check out as a guest. It's important to remember those few things about passwords. We want to make sure that they're long enough that they are difficult to crack. They contain a mix of upper and lowercase characters, numbers, punctuation, and syllables, and don't reuse passwords. Now, if you have a hard time with passwords, one of the things you can do is get what's called a password manager. Now, password managers give you the opportunity to just input one password and it remembers all the passwords for you. Now, there are several password managers. The very best, in my opinion, is LastPass. It's the one I use. However, that's just personal preference because there are several that are just as good, like Keeper, Bitwarden, Dashlane, and 1Password.